Hey there YouTube, it is Askew 2000, and granted now that we are kind of in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic, I've just been watching a lot of YouTube videos trying to waste some time. And one thing I thought that might be kind of a fun little thing to do to kind of occupy things is develop an Altoids Survival Kit. There's a lot of these, you can find them all over the internet, and I just thought I would give a shot at some of the things that I think that might be helpful if I need to grab something in a pinch to get out of here. Granted, this is not a long-term survival kit, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to do and see what I can fit in there. So it's not perfect yet. I still can't quite get it to go all the way down, so I'm probably going to pare down a little bit here in a second. But I thought I'd just kind of go through and show everybody what my thoughts were in terms of this mini survival kit. So one of the first things that I got, I put in here was a needle. So I just took a little bit of electrical tape and covered it on the top. I might be able to add some of the other things here on the top as well, and that might give me a little bit more space so I can finally close it. And the other thing that I felt was really important is a lighter. So I got just the Bic mini lighter, so some way to start a fire there. Usually it's good to be somewhat redundant, so having multiple fire starting options, and so I have a plan for that, but I haven't quite gotten there. So this is just kind of a work in progress that we'll see. The other thing that I have in here that I think is going to be somewhat useful is, first off, a sharpening stone. So this is just the Falkneven DC3. So it has, you can barely see it, it's kind of wrapped up here, but it has this diamond stone on one side and then a ceramic stone on the other side. So it's really good for touching up your knives if you're kind of out in the field. And I've also wrapped it in about 50 feet of Kevlar thread. So Kevlar thread is really great because it helps you, it's a very strong material, so it can be used for cordage. It can also potentially be used for fishing line if we needed to do that. But I thought it'd just be kind of fun to kind of wrap that up in there and have that tool available to my disposal. A couple other like mini things that I put in there to just, because you never know when you need them. It's kind of hard to do this through the camera here, but you can see that I have a couple safety pins and a nail. Let me just pull this out. So I have a safety pin. I think I have 2 safety pins in there. Just a standard nail. Sometimes it's good to be able to attach that. As well as some paper clips. So I got some large paper clips. These are useful for a lot of things. So if you need to pull a SIM card or whatever, or open a CD drive, always good to have a little paper clip in there. I also got a key ring. Just, you never know when you might need to attach some things together. I got this really nice Nightcore, it's a 120 decibel whistle. It's like stupid loud. I mean, it was relatively cheap. I think it was only like, maybe $5-10 for it. So you can put it on a keychain, but I'm just figuring I'll keep it in my little Altoids survival kit. A hex key. I was thinking about maybe putting like one of the Leatherman bit driver pieces in there. I don't have a Leatherman that holds a bit driver any longer, but if I were to have that, then I have multiple sizes of hex keys, and I think it's a little bit more compact in that sense, so that could be useful. Signal mirrors, I think, are pretty important. It's a really great way to make contact. This one's getting a little scratched up, probably from keeping it in with all that metal stuff on there. But these are really great. You just kind of look through the hole and you can actually see. I don't think we'll be able to do it on the camera, but you can see where the sun is going to be shining on this thing, and you can make a pretty good signal for miles and miles away. 10 miles if not more, if you need it. I got another safety pin. Could potentially be used as like a fish hook or something like that. Not that I need to worry about that. I thought this was kind of a neat thing, and I haven't seen this in any of the other survival kits that are out there. But this is really just a frameless slingshot. So it has the warrior pouch on there. It's just a tube that's tied on, and I probably can't really demonstrate it, but you just kind of hold with your 3 fingers, and you can pull back and you sort of make a frame with your fingers like so. It's not terribly accurate for a slingshot, but yeah, again, it could be useful in a pinch. I'm probably going to throw a couple pieces of ammo in there so I can have something to shoot, but you could potentially do rocks and stuff. So if you need to hunt a squirrel or whatever, you can do that. Also, zip ties. Zip ties are crazy important. They are one of the best ways to attach things. So if I wanted to make a spear or whatever, I could do that. So having just a couple zip ties kind of wrapped around the edge there. And then I also have, it's just a pen cartridge. So just having some little way to write. Another good option for this pen cartridge, I think this was for a zebra pen that I have, like a super small pen. But you could also potentially use the pen that's inside of some of the Swiss Army knives. So I know like the big Swiss Army knife, they actually have a little pen insert. You could pull that out. But just having a quick way to be able to write something, I think, might be somewhat important. And then lastly, this has kind of been on the bottom there for a while, but this is a Grimm card. So I picked this up off of Fowler's Makery and Mischief. Really useful set of kind of micro tools here. Like, the knife on here is okay. It's not the best knife in the world. I did have to kind of touch it up, but you actually can get a pretty decent edge on that thing. So it's probably not hair shaving sharp, but if you need to gut a fish or what have you. And what's really cool is you can just kind of put it right back. It has this sticky material on there. It'd be kind of cool if they used magnets rather than sticky material. But theoretically, you can just kind of put it back in there. I'm not going to do a bang up job on it right now. A lot of other things that are really useful, like I said, a fishing spear or maybe a frog spear. You could use the twist ties to attach that to a stick or whatever. Tick remover, especially here in the Northeast, we're definitely going to need that, and kind of a micro awl. I don't know if I would actually use that awl very much. And then some fish hooks. You can see those are actually really sharp fish hooks. I've used one before. They're great. And then some little spinners if you want to use that as kind of a lure. And then also some spring snares. So you can use some of that Kevlar cord and essentially pull a tree or a branch or something over and basically set up a snare trap if you were to need something along the lines if you're trying to hunt or whatever. A couple other small things. There's a little bit of a file here. Probably good for your nails. That's really about it. And I know Grimm makes a lot of, the Grimm Workshop makes a lot of these different types of tools. I just thought this one would be kind of a useful sort of general purpose, but they have fishing specific ones. They have all sorts of great tools that they attach there. So let me know what you guys think. I'm just, again, kind of playing around, just frankly, because there's nothing to do. Like, I'm not worried that the virus is going to infect us, even though we have had a lot of people in my county get infected from this. But I think it's just kind of a fun thing to do. Just have some kind of micro survival kit to go around there. Like I said, I'm thinking about putting some steel ammo in there for the slingshot. I might try to pare down a few things like I don't know if I necessarily need 2 safety pins, but we'll see what I can do. And eventually my goal is to be able to have it closed and then I can just grab it and take off with it. So thanks for watching, and hope this gave you guys some inspiration to maybe go out and do something kind of fun like this for yourselves. Have a good one.